has to pay.
I know. Anyway, so back to the NPA issue where, you know, the octane grades are the reason why you are going through, you know, situations with your car. You know, you've been complaining that your plugs have been changed for what? So many times in the past month or more, and probably your mechanic is telling you that it is the contaminated fuel on the market. But NPA has come out to debunk it, saying that it is not so, but rather we have different octane levels for different types of cars, and we don't know about it. And so we are buying the wrong octane level for our cars. They are going to label the pumps. So I don't know when it's going to start, but very soon pumps are going to be labeled, and you can purchase the right octane level for your car. Raphael.
This whole issue of fuel contaminated, whether it is contaminated or not, it boils down to the fact that it is somebody's job to ensure that our fuels are not contaminated. It's also someone's job to ensure that whatever fuel we're supposed to buy, we know what we are buying. I mean, you go buy fuel within a week, a month, you change your plugs, you have jerking on the way, your acceleration doesn't really accelerate properly. You have problems with changing your gears along the way, and I think it's been expensive. You see, the more you keep on working on the vehicles like that, of course, it's money that is being spent on it. And it's not as if the money you are throwing away comes back like that. You're supposed to get it. So whoever is supposed to do us a favor, or is supposed to do us the honest by doing his job well, whether it's NPA, whether whoever is supposed to regulate whoever imports whatever can to Ghana. I think, it has to be looked at it in that broader view. If you are able to do that, I'm sure this issue of frequent engine problems, we should be able to deal with them. Guta has a role to play.
Do you agree? Do you think truly, we don't have contaminated fuel in the system?
I think we do have it.
We have it.
It's something that we
So
can.
why are they telling us that it's not contaminated fuel, but
probably
rather
it's just for the time that we are discussing. Probably it's just maybe this period that we probably they think that is not the fuel that has been contaminated, but rather the octane levels. But at what point did they realize this? For me, we don't need to polish these things as though somebody's doing us a favor. We buy and we pay for it. So if my car gets damaged today, it's going to be on me. So we need to appeal to the various regulators, whoever imports vehicles to the country, let us know what kind of car we are bringing, what is required of us to do at our end, the fuel that we are paying for, where should we get it from, what kind of fuel should we buy. And regular checkups at this fuel pump should be able to help some of these things. So, but when you allow them to operate, for a whole year, a whole month, nobody goes to check on the pumps, whether they are giving us contaminated fuel or not. I think that is a huge challenge. People should be able to do their work so that we can all enjoy. But why it has to be me at the losing end all the time, I don't think is the right thing. So the NPA should keep on doing what it has to do to ensure that we have the right fuel to buy. If he has to do any labeling, it's their job to do so. So we shouldn't tell them before they come out to do that.
Honorable.
Just like Raphael said, you see, we pay people in this country to do work for us as public officers. They are not doing us a favor. We pay them with our taxpayers' money. In fact, that is why we set up institutions to regulate in various sectors of human endeavor, depending on where the issues are. Do you ensure that we get the best of the best? That is why we pay you. And when you look at their salaries, when you look at the logistics that goes with people who work in the oil institutions in this country is huge. That is why every young man wants to work there. Today you come and tell there are octane levels with regard to the cars we purchase, and you would label that. Since when? Since when did you realize that?
You have to test your car's octane grade.
Yes.
To be able to know what to buy.
Yes. Since when did they realize that? Are they working collaboratively with other institutions that are in charge of certification of cars and so on and so forth? People have to save a lot of money to be able to buy cars in order for them to commute between their homes and their office places or their businesses. And the cost of cars are huge. The maintenance cost is huge and so on and so forth. And if because of someone's negligence or he's unable to pursue his functions as directed by even his employment, he has no business being there. Look, Ghana's fuel is not, they're talking about octane. We have high levels of sulfur in them. And that creates a lot of problems. That's why people will go to Shell stations and buy this kind of oil that is high.
The V-Power.
The B-Power.
V-Power.
And so on and so forth, because they do not want to damage cars that for all their lives they were timing to buy XYZ car. They buy it and fuel will be the only thing that will destroy them and so on. What have we been doing? That tells you the grade with which, or the amount of money with which these certified what the OMC sell their fuel. You see Shell, Goil, and then Total Energies they sell their fuel a little bit above the other one. They should tell us why is the fuel price not flat and so on and so forth. Why they sell them because of the quality. The final product that we consume, that will determine how much they sell at the fuel pumps. And as a result, they've not told us why Shell continue to sell DS high, Goil continue to sell high, Total Energies, and the others are selling low. What is the issue? Why are they not buying from the same market? Especially when you went and this one, like, is it gold for oil and you come? And still those who did not get gold for oil, their fuel is lower. Because Goil will not skip the gold for oil because it is for the people of the system. They won't skip that. Why is Goil continue to sell DS at that high price? And I've often said that, look, Goil has the potency to be able to pull down the prices of other stations.
Because when they pull it down,
everybody's dashing to Goil, you'll be forced to pull down. So, and you don't sell fuel and get losses. What happens is that if you don't supervise it well and so on, these are human errors and so on and so on. So for me, I think that the issue is difficult. People cannot start experiencing those things and they will not attribute it to fuel. They've used other fuel before. You remember some stations were closed down because there was water contaminated in the fuel supply, and they had to close them down and put charges and so on.
The fuel I bought just 2 weeks ago had water mixed.
And my sister, you know that there are several, because of the porous natures of our borders and so on, fuel comes in. When you are traveling between Navrongo to the Paga border, you see the number of fuel stations there. It's mind-boggling. Just within a space of just 10 miles and more, both sides of the road, the fuel stations dotted all over the country. It's not too much for us as a country, but we can't go there because they're also playing a role in our economy. So it is now behoves on the state institution to ensure quality, to ensure that we do not buy contaminated fuel to destroy our properties and so on. So for me,
for NPA telling us that it is not contaminated,
it means they've given up their job.
This is where I have a problem. Because quality control says there is no contaminated fuel, but rather octane grades. And so you ask yourself, where has this octane grade been all this while?
All this while. And you know what? They collaborate also with Standards Authority. You know, Standard Authority also tests these things.
Yes.
So there's a collaborative institution that they work together. It's an indictment on NPA. It's an indictment on Ghana Standards Authority and even DVLA or so, and the Ministry of, Energy or so. So they should be able to have a dialogue and ensure that people unnecessarily do not suffer from this fuel contamination. And so there's fuel contamination, like my brother. There is. You cannot look.
I have experienced it just 2 weeks ago.
My sister, you don't even need to. They didn't say they've been patrolling around our borders because around the seas, because of bunkering of oil and so. We've been seeing it, they've been bringing in so and so on and so forth. So these are not, they do not pass through the right channels. You remember even what happened at the Bust, where 5 million liters of the dirty oil, that became an issue where Honorable Boateng, as at the time was the DC, the CEO, had to vacate his position and so on. So the institutions themselves know that these things are going, and they should rather not be complaining to us. They should do what they've been employed to do, because we pay them so much. This is usually, I can bet you everything. They are the best paid institutions in this country that every young man, every graduate would want to work with them.
Anyway, so let's see what the future holds with regards to that. But we are hoping that we get very good, I mean, in fact, it's not just quality, very good quality fuel out there. So if you say you are going to label the pumps, please, if you label the pumps, make sure that the pricing are also reasonable. So, you know, sometimes they'll label the pumps, and now if you want good fuel,
then you
have to
use
pay
that
a lot. Yeah. You have to pay a lot.
Yeah.
So please, we are begging you. If you are labeling the pumps, make it affordable for people to be able to purchase it. We beg you. Let's move on to, we have just 5 minutes, so we'll quickly touch on the Red Cross issue where Honorable Sam George has said, or he has alleged that there are some persons in the Red Cross who have squandered over 700,000 Ghana cedis, and this is causing MasterCard not to be of aid to Ghana. As to whether this is true or not, but Honorable Sam George says he has his facts, because he's saying that when these monies come in, they're supposed to be allocated to people who are in need. But the leaders of Red Cross, some leaders of Red Cross, have squandered up to a tune of, in fact, over a tune of 700,000. And it's causing a lot of damage, not to just Ghana, but our image as well out there, especially when we need help in times of difficulty. Raphael?
So if you understand the history of Red Cross, it started in somewhere 1863 in Switzerland, where the founder at the time called Henry Dunant, he was of the view that there should be a national relief service where people who were involved in war would be taken care of on the battlefield. That was the main reason why they had Red Cross. So over time, they had to call what they call they formed what they call International Committee of Red Cross, which became some form of how do you call it, international group in 1864. When it was done in Geneva, they encouraged other countries to be able to hook onto the system, and that was how come we have it across other countries in the world. And it's being funded from funds from groups, persons who feel like they need to support the cause of those who are injured on the field. So when people are able to put together their own sources of funding or their own funding to support a cause, and then we hear issues of embezzlement, it scares others to come on board to support. So for me, these issues don't just, it's not only affecting the image of the Red Cross in Ghana, but it's also putting Ghana on a very bad light.
Yeah.
I mean, the aid will not come again, the support will not come again. Who will suffer? We all suffer. Red Cross is supposed to be, I mean, to a large extent, it's supposed to be a group that is supposed to operate on a very fair and transparent manner. Ideally, it's not the typical political institution, so you expect them to behave very well. But when you have these issues coming like that, I mean, it leaves more to be desired.
It's as though everybody wants to talk wherever they find themselves. I mean, Red Cross, who would have thought, Honorable?
Yeah, very interesting. Like he said, I agree with him. But you see, this statement was made on the floor of Parliament.
Yeah.
And Sam George called for further investigation. That he has a 60-page dossier on it that was sent to him. Right. Because of the role he publicly plays, most of these institutions or officers within it normally smuggle these documents and send to public officers for the rot to come out. And the irony, look, money meant for disabled has been chopped by able-bodied people.
Yeah.
Can you imagine the irony? You are able-bodied. You are eating. Those who cannot, you have gone to chop their food.
That's how strange Ghana is.
And they are not small. The managers of this scheme, 787,000, colossal amount. So when you are eating a beggar's food, don't you feel sad for the fellow? You look in the beggar's eye, eat his food, wash the bowls and put.
And feel free.
And feel free.
Exactly.
And you can sleep. What sort of human beings do we have? You see, look, I've often been saying that be it government or wherever you find yourself, as a public officer or as a leader, ask yourself, the day you leave that office, would you be able to come back to the office and receive a rousing welcome by the workers that you left behind? Would you be able to do that? We should ask ourselves that question. You are working here. If you leave here and you are coming back, are you going to receive the same resounding welcome that you received when you were coming? When you retire in future? Some of these things are so irritatingly annoying. You see, there are other institutions like the Medecins Frontier, Doctors Without Borders, after even journalists, you have freelance journalists and so on. All these institutions come together to ensure that the vulnerable in society are taken care of, because sometimes government resources are not able to withstand the challenges that they confront them. And these monies come from people who have sacrificed their life elsewhere. And they put it into a foundation to support people, and it comes. You are in a what do you call, a tie, air condition, you drive around, you look for all the best women, you eat where you want to eat, your children go to the best schools, and you go around. It's just like today. We have
I think after investigations, these people must.
Yes, we have
be
LIP
brought
in this country.
before
Imagine
court.
the disbursers, those who disburse LIP, go to chop their money. Do you think you spare them? You will not going to spare them. So for me, I keep saying that all of us must be circumspect. I can't stop anyone from chopping from where you were from, but ensure that what is due for the people is given to them first.
Exactly.
So that the crumbs you can, because already you are catered for. You understand? We have other societies that are working, and some George went ahead to say that we've been blacklisted. For a country to be blacklisted, chopping disabled money. They cannot forgive out the chop Roselyn money or my friend's money or my money. They can forgive it to be blacklisted.
It's sad.
For chopping money that does not belong to you is a huge damage outside there. And
I think for Ghana to redeem its image again, we need to, make sure that the law takes its course.
Yeah.
Such people must be brought to book, not just them, but others also that have tarnished the image of Ghana,
Yes.
and something must be done about it. So we
And
are glad that
some of these things are
also
always brought up by the workers who also feel that their bosses haven't done well.
They haven't been.
And it was asked on the floor of Parliament, and I
Yeah.
know Parliament would deal with it appropriately.
Definitely. All right, gentlemen, thank you so much for being here today. We are super grateful that you made time. A big thank you to you, Raphael Kumah. He represented the NPP, and hopefully he wants to go to Parliament for Bole-Bamboi constituency.
It's Bole-Bamboi.
Bole-Bamboi constituency. So let's see what the future holds. And of course, our very own Honorable Timothy Ataboadey, Awontirim. That's why, Honorable. Are you going back to Parliament?
No, we've passed that stage because we already have our delegates,
Okay, so Honorable
our candidates
says
in
not
place.
now.
Not now.
Not now.
Until the bones
are rotten.
Never say that.
Anyway, that's been all for News Flash. Up next is what's trending with the Theodore. There's a lot in the world of trends. You don't want to miss it. Just stay.